He proposed with his mother's ring, then he took it back. A folk-style tale of long-distance love, cultural pain, and personal resurrection. Gentle piano and strings in background, slowly fading in a world connected by wires, yet separated by walls. A woman in London fell in love with a man born under red lanterns in the East. They survived time zones, stairs, and silence. But one ring carried more than gold. It carried generations, and when the past came knocking, love was not enough. This is the story of Isla and Jin Hao, and how sometimes the ring you return is the life you reclaim. Isla was a freelance illustrator in Leeds, quiet, brilliant, a little broken. After her mother passed, she played video games to cope with the silence. She didn't expect to meet someone real in a virtual forest, but there he was, Jin Hao from Chengdu, a robotics engineer by day, a clumsy elf warrior by night. Isella, voiceover. He kept healing me when I didn't need healing. I think he was nervous. They began talking outside the game. Emails turned into voice notes. Voice notes turned into 3-hour. They planned their lives in between flights and paychecks. Every month, Jin Hao would send a hand-drawn comic. Every birthday, Ela sent playlists titled For Your Heart. His friends didn't understand why he spent so much time online. Her friends rolled their eyes. You've never even met him. But Isla believed, and Jin Hao, he never missed a call. Until the day he said, Jin Hao, voice over, hesitant. Come to Paris, I want to see you in real light. They met in the Latin Quarter. He wore a navy coat and carried a nervous smile. She wore a beret and almost forgot how to breathe. For 5 days, they walked, ate baguettes, took blurry pictures, kissed like old souls. On the 6th night, beneath a blooming cherry blossom tree near the Jardin des Plantes, Jin Hao knelt. He held up a velvet box. Jin Hao, gentle. This ring was my mother's. She said, it's for the woman who changes my life. You did. Isla, marry me. Isla, shocked, tearful. Yes, I want this more than anything. They made plans, wedding colors, flights to Chengdu. She sent pictures to friends. He didn't tell his family yet. Soon, he said, soon I'll tell them. In China, things felt different. His family smiled politely, but kept asking, when does she leave? He called her friend in front of his aunt. Isla felt it in her chest, but stayed quiet. Then came the night of the phone call. He stepped outside after dinner. When he returned, he was pale. That night, he didn't speak. The next morning, he was gone. She waited until sunset, called, texted. Nothing. Then a bell rang. The hotel receptionist handed her a box, inside the ring and a folded note. I thought I could fight it. I thought love would be enough. But my mother says I am bringing shame to our ancestors. She says I am lost, and maybe I am. I'm sorry, Isla. I love you, but I can't do this. Isla didn't cry. She just sat by the window and listened to the cherry blossoms fall. She flew back to England in silence. No music, no books, just thoughts. People asked questions she didn't know how to answer. Her dad said, he's a coward. Her friends said, told you so. But Isla knew they didn't see the real wound. This wasn't just about Jin Hao. This was about hope. Betrayed, one rainy Sunday, Isla walked into a church, not for God, for stillness. The pastor spoke of Joseph, betrayed, abandoned, and still chosen. Sometimes the pit is the beginning, not the end. Something in her broke. That night she took off the ring and placed it in a jewelry box, not as a keepsake, as a grave marker. Ayla began to write blog posts, short stories, letters to herself. One article titled The Ring I Returned went viral. Women from Morocco, India, Nigeria, and South Korea wrote back they had their own Jinhaos. their own rings, their own grief. Isla started a podcast, a group called Wounded Daughters. She was healing and helping others. 2 years later, an email appeared in her inbox, subject, "Still thinking of you." From Jin Hao. It read, "Mum passed last winter. She never forgave me for loving you, but losing you was the cost I'll never stop paying. I saw your TED talk. You became everything I was too afraid to support. Thank you for loving me anyway. I still carry your laugh in my heart. I don't expect anything, just forgiveness." Isla closed the email. She didn't reply. She walked to her desk, opened the drawer, and looked at the ring one last time. Then she whispered, "Isla," soft, peaceful, "I forgive you, but I no longer need your love to feel complete." She donated the ring to a museum dedicated to stories of heartbreak and healing. She went on to write a book. Married years later, not for rescue, but for companionship. But she always said, Jin Hao taught her the most important lesson, that love is not what you receive, it's what you survive. And when you finally let go of the ring, you get to wear your own crown. Years later, in her cozy kitchen filled with the scent of home-cooked meals, Isla's young daughter tugged at her sleeve, holding her mother's wedding veil. "Daughter, Mommy, can I try this on even if I'm too little?" Isla, laughing softly, "Of course, sweetheart. It's never too early to dream, but remember, your dreams are yours to shape." Daughter, "Do you think I'll have a story like yours?" Isla, encouraging, "Perhaps in your own unique way. Just remember, love isn't about finding someone to complete you. It's about standing whole on your own, ready to share all of who you are." Narrator, and so, with laughter, questions, and curiosities shared beneath that wedding veil, Isla's legacy unfolded as a new generation learned not just from her love, but her journey. On evenings of quiet storms and glorious sunsets, as Isla gazed through the rain-blurred window panes of her home, past memories seemed to dance alone in the sleet, no longer haunting shadows but distant whispers. Narrator, in the echo of those whispers, Isla found the true poetry in letting go, and in the stories she wove and shared, she built a tapestry of grace, resilience, and boundless love. Isla, to herself, gently closed eyes. Here's to love, a journey of self, of others, of life lived bravely. As her family gathered for one more dinner, a normality of happiness, Isla smiled fully, unburdened, knowing that while love might come and go, healing is forever.